Need to improve your club on Ultimate Team? Check out IGGM for safe and reliable coins with the link in the description. Get an extra 5% discount with code NA. What's good, y'all? It's been a minute, but now we're back, and today we're going to be going over the 4-3-3-4, or the fourth variant of the 4-3-3 to be specific. It's the 4-3-3 that has two center mids and a cam, and it plays really well. I really like how we're able to turn the cam into a free roaming attacker, so it's a lot of fun if you like formations that have a lot of fluidity to them. It's been a minute since my last custom tactics video, mostly because not only was I really busy with school, then the whole EA boycott happened, so I was like, you know what, that's the perfect excuse for me to take my break. But we're back now, and I have a bunch of other custom tactics to go over soon. I have the 4-4-1-1 that I have to post soon, as well as a 4-2-2. If you guys want those as quickly as possible, just let me know in the comments. I'll get them released sooner. But for right now, we have the 4-3-3-4. And nevertheless, let's just go straight into it with this team that you can see right here. And going straight to custom tactics, I have it set to my ultra defensive, balanced with 42, depth 65. I usually say this in my other videos, but I wish I could give more detail as to why we do these things, but it's going to be the same for every single 4 at the back defense. You always want 42 because you want the perfect balance to prevent people from just constantly switching the ball from one side to the other. But you also don't want it to be too wide, so there's not holes in the middle of your defense, and which will allow the other teams to just get through balls in behind. And that can be really annoying to defend against. So after a bit of experimenting, I found 42 to be a pretty decent number. And then depth 65, again, not really much detail to this one. Generally speaking, anything between 60 to 70 is ideal. Once you get in between that, it's just absolutely custom preference. And then build up play balance with chance creation possession. I try my very best to avoid direct passing, especially because the possession is really good. And with this formation, you don't want to use direct passing because you want to limit how many runs really occur, if that makes sense. And the reason why you want to limit them is because you only want runs to occur in the perfect scenarios. And when we go over the custom player instructions later, you'll notice that we structure the player instructions to only make runs in the perfect scenarios, and you'll see this especially in the cam and the wingers. But for right now, as we see it, it's going to be possession and chance creation. And then a width of 30, and the reason why we do that is because with these 4-3-3s, the wingers can hold really wide positions of the pitch, which can be really annoying, especially when you're attacking the box. They're just going to be holding the corners of the box, which can be really annoying. So in order to maximize their presence in the final third and give them shooting opportunities, we use 30. And then we have players in the box as 6. I say this in all my other videos, but if it doesn't have 6 players in the box, then it's not an Alweezy custom tactic. I just love overloading my other team with, I love overloading my opposition with attackers. I'm not really a player that likes to defend. I normally accept that no matter how good you are at this game, the other team's just going to score. Whether it's through good goals or just scrappy goals, they're going to score. So the best way to play is to outscore your opponent, because whether you like it or not, your other team's going to score. So learning to accept that and allowing it to happen while prioritizing outscoring them is going to really help you, because that's what helps me, to be honest. It doesn't matter how well you defend, the other team's going to get a goal in. So if you don't have an issue with games ending in like score lines of like 7-4 and things like that, then 6 players in the box won't be an issue for you. And then corners and free kicks is self-preference, but normally I love corners at 3 because it allows you to have a player at the edge of the box that you can just send a straight pass to, and then from there you can pass to someone that's going to be open in the box. I don't really like sending it to begin with into the box because my center backs don't have aerial play styles and they're not really good at headers, so I like playing it short or playing it to the edge of the box. And then before we get into the player instructions, I'm so close to 25k, so if you're looking for a channel that creates meta authentic tactics, then you're at the right one, because all year I've been creating some of the best custom tactics that you can play with in this game. I give my custom tactics rigorous testing, so subscribe if you're interested in these tactics and you just want to see more. Additionally, my Discord just hit 1500 members, which is a big deal, to be honest, because I've only created the Discord server like a couple months ago. So if you're looking for a Discord for things like FIFA discussion, transfer market, daily content, SBCs, all that stuff, then check out the Discord with the link in the description. And then going straight to play instructions, we're going to start with our left winger right here. Come back on defense, cut inside, get into the box for cross. Now, normally you're going to see custom tactics that are meta that use cut inside, get in behind, but we don't want to do that because the overall job of this formation is to allow for the winger to receive the ball to his feet, pass the ball, and then make a run. And that's why Bounce is honestly really underrated for that, because he's still going to make runs in behind. But something that I've really became like not a fan of this year is forcing runs when they're not needed. And the perfect thing with the possession playstyle is the players will prioritize opening up to receive a pass, and then when you pass to them and then pass again away from that player, at this point the other player is going to have made a mistake and maybe dragged a player out of position, a defender out of position, things like that. there's going to be holes in the other team's defense now after multiple passes. And when those passes occur, when there's open space that's like positions where they just absolutely should be making runs, that's when they will make a run in behind. So that's why we don't use something like come shore or target player, things like that, because with balance, they're still going to make those runs in behind, but the overall objective is to make sure they make those runs in behind when it's the absolute perfect time. And then you're going to have your striker right here. Just stay central and stay forward. And really all this guy's going to do is, more often than not, he's just going to occupy space in that striker position, because as we get to the cam position, you're going to notice that really all the striker's job is to just distract the other team's center backs. So mixed attack allows him to make the most like diverse runs. So instead of just running it behind every single time like you see in other custom tactics, you want this player to just prioritize being open. And if he's not being open, he's being closed down by a center back, that's going to enable space for that other cam, and also for the wingers as well. But I would definitely recommend a play like Drogba in this position, or just someone with press proven plus, like, you know, really just any big striker to begin with. But I chose Nkunku because I like cards with 5-star skill moves, so being able to elastical spam is free goals, to be honest. But yeah, that takes us straight to our right winger, who's going to be on comeback on defense, cut inside, get into the box for cross. Again, same goes as the left winger. We want this player to be open, so we don't want to force runs on him. So come back on defense, cut inside, get into the box for cross. And this is where things get fun, because this whole formation is built around the cam, and as we go to the cam, you're going to have him on basic defensive, get into the box for cross, and drift wide. Now, what that combination does is with the get into the box for cross and with drift wide, when you're attacking the other team's final third, that get into the box for cross acts as a get in behind, and that drift wide will enable this player to go to the left side or the right side of the striker to make that run. That's why we don't want this player to be on get in behind, because if he's making a run, this guy can't make a run. We want this player to be holding up his center back, having that center back not making a sprint, because if that center back's making a sprint to accommodate this guy, then they're going to have the footing to take on this guy when he makes that run. So get into the box for cross or drift wide. What this does is, let's say the left winger has the ball, this player is going to attack the left side to make a run that this player can receive. And while this player's on stay central mixed attack, he's just going to be standing in front of the center back, holding a center back. So it gives you a lot of variety to change up how you need to attack depending on the scenario. So if this guy gets closed down by some reason, again, you're going to have this guy wide open. Likewise, again, same happens on the right wing. If you have the ball on this right winger right here, he's going to make a run on the right side in between the center back and the fullback. And because that fullback's going to be distracted on this guy, and then one of the center backs is going to be distracted on this guy, you're going to have a pretty easy run more often than not. Again, same applies when the two center mids that you see right below, we'll get to those custom tactics in a moment. When they have the ball, they're going to make a run on their side of the pitch. And as you can see, we'll go straight into that. Your left CDM, or center mid, I'm pretty sure, is going to be on stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box for cross. And we have that because this player is just a classic CDM. You're just going to want a player that can defend really well. It doesn't matter what type of player, you're just going to want someone with really good defensive stats. This guy's just going to be a classic CDM. And then your right center mid is going to be on bounce attack, cover center. And this guy's going to be really attacking the box as well, because once you get into the final third or the other team's box, this guy's going to act as a second striker if anything. So you're going to want like a high attacking presence from midfield. So Odegaard is perfect for that. He's got finesse shot plus and incisive pass, so he's able to make those through balls, and he's also able to get a long shot if needed. So try to get someone with finesse shot plus and really good passing stats as well, because he's going to be on the edge of the box for a lot of long shots. He's also going to be sending a lot of final passes as well. So, and then from here, you're going to have your right back and left back. This is going to be different than my previous texts, but your right back and left back are going to be on balance attack. Now, a lot of people tend to say that's too attacking, that's too much. And the reason why we have them on balance and just balance completely default is because we're trusting the AI to decide when these players are going to make runs in behind. So you'll notice that even when you have the ball, these players aren't going to always just be bombing the box and just opening up space in behind. You're letting the AI decide, okay, should I have these players make runs in behind or should I have them stay back? And yes, at times this may cost you. So if you're not a player that wants a lot of attacking options, you can keep easily both of them on stay back while attacking, or you can keep them both on balance attack. Me personally, I've found it to be more beneficial to keep them both on balance attack, but I understand that many players aren't comfortable with that. But like I said, it's definitely worth a try if you don't normally do it, because you're letting the AI decide for you when they should and shouldn't make runs. And I know it's FC24, I know AI can be really tedious in this game, but off personal experience, I haven't had an issue with counterattacks through these positions. The AI are pretty competent on this regard, so go ahead and give it a shot yourself. If you found it to be too attacking, if you just don't need that many players, let's say maybe like your players up front are doing all the work and these guys aren't really helping, and you just want to be perfectly safe on the defensive portion, then you can go ahead and put them both on stay back while attacking. It's up to you. And then obviously both your center backs on being stay back while attacking, and your keeper I've honestly tried using balance nowadays, and I haven't noticed a difference as of late. But I prefer balance for the sake of crosses and things like that. I don't like having to worry about getting chipped and things like that or ball rolled. So, but yeah, this is personal preference as well. Again, this whole formation is built around your cam, so you're gonna want to make sure you have your really good cam. I have 95 Saka, so he's not gonna be an issue. But your strikers, your wingers, all of them, they're built around forcing passes to your cam. And with drift wide and get into the box for cross, that basically acts as a second striker that makes runs in behind. And this acts different compared to like a 4-4-2 where your players already considered a striker and they make a run in behind because they're not going to be marked by a center back in that scenario. So the whole objective with this cam is the fact that initially they're not going to be marked by a center back. The objective is to have your strikers being contested by the center backs. So when that cam makes a run, he's going to be open. You just got to keep an eye on it. Likewise, this is a really attacking formation. So defending wise, you need to learn to be disciplined. You can't throw players up the pitch in terms of defending, so you can't just be rushing players left and right. When they win the ball back, you need to focus on dragging your players back into position rather than trying to win the ball back as soon as possible, because one of the easiest ways to concede counterattacks is when you lose the ball, you get frustrated, you're like, oh shoot, like I need to score as soon as possible, and you start pressing really hard with your players. All that does, especially in a formation like this where there's so many players up on the pitch, all that does is it just opens up spaces for your other team to, or for the other team's counterattack. So just keep an eye on that. But other than that, this formation is a lot of fun. But let me know if you guys want any other custom tactics, because like I said, I have a 4-2-2 on the works. I have a completed 4-4-1-1 as well. And then there's also a 4-3-3-5 that I'll go over soon. Probably like a couple of weeks from now for the sake of stretching out these videos. But yeah, if you like these custom tactics, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if the comments if you have any questions. But other than that, that's all.